Hey everybody, my name is Scott Fardulis and welcome to my living room in my home here in Colorado. You just kind of caught me. I'm reading one of my favorite books called The Magic of Thinking Big. And you know what I love about this book? I love it because it talks about the dangers of thinking small and what happens when you start thinking big. A lot of people, they think that entering the network marketing realm or this new home-based business concept is some fast path or magic wand, if you will, of getting wealthy or getting healthy and having your life perfectly transform with minimal effort. But I got to tell you, there's a lot more that goes into that equation than the formula I just suggested. So let me suggest another set of thoughts for you. I know there's kind of like three different types of people that are watching this right now. Some of you might be brand new, and this whole concept of network marketing, it's foreign to you, and you're a little bit nervous, and you're a lot scared, and you're wondering, can I actually do this? And on the other hand, there's people that probably are already part of longevity, and you've been here for a while, and you're wondering, what's it gonna take to ignite my business and absolutely light it up and just get on fire and start getting the results I've always dreamed of having? And then that third category of people, I'm going to call those the veterans. Maybe you've been here for a number of years, maybe more than 10, and you've got lots of experience in the industry, but you're still working on sharpening and fine-tuning those skills. Well, I got to tell you, no matter which category of people you fall into, this is going to be perfect for you. I'm going to share a few things that over the last 20 plus years for me in this industry have been game-changing concepts. And I know there's a lot of people that want to talk about systems and processes and the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. This is going to be a little bit more around the concept of mindset. So how about this? If you want to be successful, you've got to get fire in the belly. Fire in the belly is probably one of the most important concepts for being successful that you could ever have. I have a friend who's passed away in 2006. His name is Dennis Weaver. He had 3 sons. One of his sons was a big film producer. Another son was the producer of Magnum PI, and a third son was a kind of a striving musician. And that individual kind of struggled a little bit more than the other 2 sons. And I asked Dennis one day, I said, what was the difference for that son? And he said, well, at the time of his struggle, which he's not struggling anymore, he said it all came down to fire in the belly. You see, everything exists here. There's no question marks for you about if everything is perfectly lined up. It is. We're a very professional company. We know what we're doing. The question is, do you know what you're doing? So that fire in the belly concept is huge, but back to the concept and the magic of thinking big, let me tell you about another friend of mine named Joe Tanner. Joe Tanner is an astronaut, retired from NASA. He's been to space 4 times, and he holds the record for the most amount of hours spacewalking, if you will. That's external, outside the space shuttle or the spacecraft. He spent a lot of hours developing the copper solar panels for that space station that orbits around the Earth full time. When you think about the probability of a man going to space, first of all, in the history of space travel, there's only about 300 people that have ever been to space. And you're sitting there going, whoa, why should I even attempt? Why should I even bother? The probability of me being the next person to go to space is like what? 1 in how many billions of people are on this planet? But see, that's the catch right there. The catch is that the reason why it's more probable than you think to go to space is because no one else believes it's possible. No one else believes it's possible. Now relate that to the concept of being successful or being wealthy or having absolute control of your health. The reason why so few people are healthy is because so few people are attempting to be healthy. The reason why so few people are wealthy is because so few people are attempting to be wealthy. And so you've got to think big. If you think big and you play big, then the results in your life can be big. That's probably the most important element or the most important key that I could even possibly express to you. The next thing that I'd like to share with you is the concept of taking some risks. You've got to be okay with taking some risks. And so one of my other favorite books is called Who Moved My Cheese? And this talks about risk-taking and getting out of your comfort zone. If you think that success is purely built around being comfortable, you're completely wrong. And so I want to be the first person to encourage you that this is probably a great book for you to read, Who Moved My Cheese? It's always about being uncomfortable. People counsel with me all the time, and they're constantly asking, what do I need to do to take my business to the next paradigm shift or the next level of success? And I say, you need to move your cheese. You need to change your dream. You need to change that whole fire in your belly, and you got to get uncomfortable again. The people that learn how to live uncomfortably are the people that are constantly elevating their life. They're always getting better. They're always striving to get better. And what I want to encourage you to do is to be willing to take a risk, always be willing to stay uncomfortable, and then you've got to start connecting with like-minded people. So that leads me to a third book I'm going to share with you. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now, I know I've just shared a few books with you. These are some of my favorite classics. These are important books. And if you've heard of these books, I'm sure, but so few people have actually read them. So get around like-minded people. It means that if you want to be healthy, hang out with healthy people. If you want to make money, then hang out with people that make money. If you want to be philanthropic, and if your motivation is helping people that are in an unfortunate circumstance, if you want to build churches, if you want to run a nonprofit, hang out with those people. And that is it. Hang out with people that you want to be like, and you'll get what they've got. Sometimes it's just important. You know, you look at someone's calendar and you look at their checkbook or their register or chart of accounts, and you'll find out what people's priorities are. Let's not fall into victimhood. Let's start recognizing that we get out of life what we put our thoughts and we put our energy into. And then the concept of how to win friends and influence people, you hang out with the right people. And the second piece of that is learning how to relate to those people. It's not always going to be about you. Learn how to recognize different personalities, learn how to understand how to listen better, and understand what people are looking to gain out of their life. And then you'll understand that this is all about service and like nothing about sales. It's all about service and nothing about sales. And then finally, if you can follow a success plan, that's what it really comes down to. You follow a success plan, and that means get in the footsteps of the people that have forged the path that have gone before you. I've climbed a number of mountains in my life, and I look forward to climbing others as well. But every time I think about climbing a mountain, I know that there's going to be preparation. I've got to make sure that I am exercised and my body is fine-tuned and that I'm ready for this journey and that I know what I'm up against. There's going to be elements with weather and different circumstances that could happen. There could be emergencies, and you need to be prepared for a lot of different circumstances. But the most important aspect of that journey is that you don't go alone. You don't go alone. You need to go with other people that are trained to endure the elements and to make that journey as well, because when you come together and you put your experiences and your expertise and your training all together and you work in one accord, instead of everybody taking their own path to get to the summit, that's where disaster happens. So I really, really, really want to encourage you that when I say get on a success path, you get on the success path that others in this arena have traveled, and they've proven that something works. You do what they do and you'll get what they've got. When I was on that mountain, I remember one particular experience where the weather came in. It was just a complete disaster outside. It was cold, it was dark, it was negative something below zero with the wind chill, and everything was against us. But here's what we had. We had this, and we had this, and we had practice. And I knew my role, my rank and file in that journey. And I was happy to be the last person in the pack, if you will, and let the more experienced people stay in front of me. I never let them out of my sights. I was tethered to them, harnessed in. We were roped together. We had all the tools working for us. But the night we crossed that glacier face and the slope was straight down, and any slip would have probably been death. And they would have picked us up later in body bags. It was very, very important that we followed the leadership. And so when those people in front of me set a path and they put their feet down, I didn't say, I wonder if 6 inches to the left is going to be good enough. I said, that worked for them. I'm going to put my feet in exactly the same tracks. And guess what? We accomplished the goals. We safely got up and down the mountain, and everybody lived happily ever after. So think about it. This is a mountain as well. There's a journey to be made. And if you remember those steps that I just talked about right now, you'll be fine, and you'll be the next story, the next testimony, the next individual that we talk about and we point our fingers at and say, see, there's another one. They did what they were supposed to do, and they got the result that we knew that they would have. We know what result you can have in this business. You'll be happy, you'll experience peace and joy in your life, and that is the only thing that we expect. Think big, dream big, don't stop, get fire in your belly, and understand that thinking big equals big results in your life. You think small, you'll get small results in your life. Hang out with the people that you choose to be like so you can get the results that they have in your life and you can experience a dream come true for yourself. Folks, that's it for now. Again, my name is Scott Fardulis. Thanks for checking in, and most importantly, thanks for being my friend. See you soon.